Hey, everybody out there in disc golf land. I'm your host, Martin Stack with Bangarang Discs, and welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Daily's Tournament Primer. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to cover everything you need to know about the upcoming 4-day DGPT playoff event, which runs September 19th through the 22nd. The playoffs are back, baby, and this is the best time to watch disc golf. Top-tier talent playing on top-tier courses. What could be better? Last year, the Green Mountain Championship was left off the tour as Smuggler's Notch played host to the PDGA World Championships instead. This year, tournament director Jeff Spring and the Green Mountain Championship returns once again to host the DGPT playoff event at Smuggler's Notch, Vermont. Top disc golfers will test their skills on two courses. Rounds 1 and 3 will be played at Brewster Ridge, while rounds 2 and 4 will be played at Fox Run Meadows. Defending champions. On the FPO side, Christian Tatar earned $8,000 and shot 10 under with an average round rating of 10.02. And on the MPO side, Ricky Wysocki shot 23 under in a 10.59 rated effort that earned him $12,000. Player and purse growth. For this year's playoff event, player participation is up 19% over last year's playoff event from 108 to 129. The numbers aren't in yet for this year's projected payout, but with the increase in player participation in last year's pro purse at $120,000, this year's should be closer to $130,000. Weather forecast. The weather forecast for Thursday is mostly cloudy at 78 degrees with wind northeast at 5 miles per hour. Partly cloudy conditions persist through Saturday with light winds and temperatures into the low to mid-70s. Light winds continue for the final day with mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the high 60s. The competition. This year's feature card has the top 4 DGPT FPO pros facing each other. From left to right, we have Disc Crafts Holland Hanley, who finished first at Deglow, teammate Missy Gannon, and of his own Scoggins, and defending champ Latitude 64's Christian Tatar. On the MPO side, it's the top 4 DGPT MPO pros going at it. Discmania's Gannon Burr, who finished first at Deglow, defending champ Dynamic Disc Ricky Wysocki, Innova's Calvin Heimberg, and Discmania's Nicholas Angela. Finishing holes. The finishing holes at Fox Run Meadows is a mixed bag. Hole 15 and 17 should average under par, while 16 and 18 have a history of being some of the tougher holes on the course. For the 320-foot par 3 hole 15 with no OB, players will tee off to a densely wooded dogleg right fairway to a wooded green. A birdie here will keep players in the running, but a mistake could cost strokes against 46% of the field. The 710-foot par 4 hole 16 has players teeing off through a densely wooded fairway and over an OB wetland to an open landing zone and green. Players that birdie here should gain strokes against 74% of the field. The 390-foot par 3 hole 17 tees off to an open dogleg fairway with a mandatory on the left about midway up the fairway to keep players honest. However, even with the mandatory and surrounded by OB, top players can easily hit the open green for birdie. Surrounded by OB, the 775-foot par 4 hole 18 has a slight dogleg right narrow fairway to a slightly wooded green. Players will want to avoid the right side of the fairway as approach shots from the deck could be pinched off. Players getting a birdie here will put themselves ahead of 74% of the field. Where and when to watch. The Disc Golf Network will be providing live coverage of the event starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern for FPO and 2:30 p.m. Eastern for MPO. If you can't watch it live, Joe Mez Pro will be providing next-day post-round coverage. And if you can't watch, remember Disc Golf Daily's Monday tournament recap will have you covered. That's it for this episode. Stay tuned for our next episode in 2 weeks when we head south to Massachusetts for the MVP Open. Until then, I'm Martin Stack with Bangarang Discs asking you to smash that like button and subscribe. And have a great round.